Moss Ironworks, one of the maps included in the Moss Ironworks update. Who could have guessed? That's crazy! And now I've produced a map guide for it, so that's pretty neat. You know, that's what you guys were expecting, I know. It's finally here. So let's get started with the NPC dialogue, which in this case is the Norwegian Ironworker.
Neimen hejsan, god dag! Vi er snart ferdig her, vi har tatt det vi kan. Råvarene har vi ikke bruk for, vi tar kun våpen. Du vil bort derfra? Ja, det vil vi alle. Jeg vet ikke om jeg er i stand til å hjelpe dere. Hør her. Jeg fører de siste geværene nordover. Der oppe har vi satt opp en flåte, og den lar vi drive ned fossen. Derfra venter et skip som skal ta både geværene og oss til Bergen. Vi pleier å fløyte tømmer der, så forhåpentligvis holder flåten seg flytende. Hør her, jeg må få drassa dette utstyret opp, så kommer jeg tilbake gudene vet når med den tomme forsyningsvogna vår, og derfor skal vi komme oss til kysten. Jula har skilt seg for 5. gang denne uka. Du må rense det. Slipp kulde og jerndritt ned i smeltovnen, men gjør det med jevne mellomrom. Støpeformene er klare for svingkanoner, så alt du trenger å gjøre er å kjøle dem ned nok til å bære dem. Greit, folkens. Lykke til, da!
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ironworker. Now onto the badges of this map, and how to get them. There are 2 badges we are worrying about today. First up is Forged in Fire, whereby you survive all of Moss Ironworks in one life. That's sort of your usual thing, that's what most of this guide is going to be focusing on. Then the second badge is Counter Battery Fire, which is where you get crushed by the cannon cart right before the finale. I'll highlight this when we get to it, but just keep that in mind, that's the second badge of the map. And funnily enough, they both end in fire. Forged in Fire, Counter Battery Fire. It's as if they're part of the same map or something. Now, let's move right on ahead to the team composition. I'd suggest around 2 sappers for this map, as well as, you know, your surgeon, your chaplain, all the basics, that sort of thing. Like, it's average team spread. Like, there isn't too much of a restriction if you know, don't have this class, don't have that class, but, you know, just go your average. This map isn't particularly difficult. It shouldn't be that hard to get both badges. Just note it is, as always, very helpful to have sappers and, you know, surgeons, chaplains on your team. It's very helpful to have them. Now, spawning in is fairly simple. You just have to go through the house, trudge along, kill a few zombies, and you'll enter this sort of town area. Your first objective is to gather the tinder to burn down the palisade in your way. The tinder kind of looks, I mean, I'm guessing it's kind of like wood chips or something. I don't know, that's not very specific. The tinder is inside the house, out by this church here, and by the wall near the palisade. It's best to be speedy with it since a fair few zombies spawn in the graveyard. Of course, if you press C or your objective key, you'll be able to highlight all that tinder so you know what your team has. In that first house as well, where the tinder's in the fireplace, you can find the tinder pistol. Now, gathering all the tinder, you simply chuck it on the ground by the palisade, and put down a spare cartridge to add some gunpowder. Any class can do that apparently. Then, you just light it via either your unloaded gun, the tinder pistol, which you picked up from the house, or you just simply chuck a tar bottle on it. Like, it's a bit of a waste to use a tar bottle, but I've found it's basically the quickest way, so do what you gotta do. If your team isn't doing particularly well, it can help to also place some barricades near the palisade to help protect yourselves against the zombies. There aren't too many, but you know, it can, if you don't manage it, it can become a lot. Now, of course, we move on to the bank. It can be pretty full of zombies, so just watch yourself. Don't want to melee. I don't want you guys meleeing bombers. Don't melee bombers. That's my job. I'm really good at that. Make your way down to the basement, and of course if there are players waiting to be respawned, a key will spawn amongst the zombies chilling downstairs, kinda like the Catacomb Steve Harry opening. Taking them out lets you open the vault and free the poor chaps stuck inside. What they were doing inside the bank's vault is anyone's guess, who knows. And also, do note there is a supply box next to the vault, so it's worth going down there regardless. Free resupply. Onwards, towards the pub! Now to get in, there is a big old barricade in the way. You can either grab a crowbar, which is in one of 3 spawns. It is either in the basement of the first house along, the upstairs bedroom of that same house, or the building next to it on the ground floor. They just have to whack the barricade on the door with the crowbar until it gets destroyed. Your other option is to then just use the pickaxe if you're a sapper and you have the pickaxe equipped. You can just use the pickaxe as well. Just further proving how awesome the pickaxe is, how right my video was. But anyway, not propaganda, moving on. Inside the pub, everyone should go upstairs. That includes you, Timmy, watching this on your tablet in your mum's bedroom. Everyone should go upstairs. I don't give a crap what you're doing, who you are, everyone should go upstairs. But why, Prof? Why should we go upstairs? Well, there's a resupply box. Not only is there a resupply box, there's 2 boxes of bandages, a box of tar bottles, and a box of grenades. Free crap. Who doesn't like free crap? Stupid people don't like free crap. It's free. It's free stuff. Like, you've got to be daft not to go up there and grab all that free crap. Like, if anyone's telling you that it's not worth going upstairs, their 2 cents is the reason why the US is removing the penny. Like, please just go upstairs, it's awesome sauce. Moving on, we have the first properly interesting segment of the map. Players have to move the cannon into positions like on a little sled, and fire a chandelier like a grappling hook. So first things first, sappers should build a cute little defense point around where the cannon should go. It needs to remain there for a decent bit of time, so sappers should focus on kind of like a long-term defense, like stakes and barricades, that sort of thing. Now a small detachment of players should then go and grab the cannon. Zombies will unfortunately, as they always are, be a bit of a nuisance here. But you want to focus on pushing that cannon into position. It isn't particularly difficult. Then you of course want to load the cannon with the spare charge and swab, and for the fun part you need to grab the chandelier. You simply have to just like jump and pull it down. It's pretty easy. You grab it, then you put it into the cannon, and you load it like a second cartridge. Sure, the zombies can be a bit of a nuisance here, so you gotta work with your team. That is a lot to ask from GMB players, but you have to work as a team, okay? I know it's all quiet on the frontal lobe over there, but you know, work as a team, okay? I know you guys can do it. Now, simply grab the rope off the ground, tie it to the chandelier, and fire! Then, pinning the slack to the wall, you do a really cute little zip line across the river. Whee! Yes, thank you, Prof from the live stream. Now onto the cart section. Pressing C or your objective key, you can see all of the coal and iron bars. You need to load 15 coal ores and 20 iron bars into the cart. Oh, sounds like the recipe for steel or something. Surely not. It's easier the sooner you do it. Like basically a lot of objectives in GB, the sooner you get it done, like that one in Roscoff, the easier it is. Like the minute you go across that river, a charge can also be really handy because like you get that edge, like you just bam, going straight for the ores. It's pretty good. Just if you have a charge, that's a good place to use it. Otherwise, just make sure someone is pushing the cart and just watch yourself as you grab the ores. Zombies apparently hate it when you grab iron and coal, so you just want to be very wary. Sappers should also begin making some defenses at the top of the hill, making sure that you can easily defend from that spot, because, well, I mean, it also minimizes the amount of work you'd need to do for the finale, and it's just good either ways. So just do it. Now, assuming your team is smart enough to get supplies into the cart, enough supplies for that matter, and your team is good enough to get it all the way up the hill, we have the opportunity for the first badge, counter battery fire. All you have to do for this badge is when the cart is at the top of the hill, just patiently wait right behind the minecart. For everyone else a little more serious, don't wait behind the minecart, because we want to load the cannon and fire at the barricade. Anyone standing behind the cart will get squashed and achieve that badge. So don't be silly and like forget where you're standing, then just like then you're done. No. Make sure you watch where you're standing. You don't want to get squashed on accident. But we are on to the finale of Moss Ironworks. First things first, sappers need to get to work. Zombies will be coming up from the river, they'll be coming up from the main entrance, and later from across the bridge. Barricades and stakes should suffice, but you know, just be wary, right? The first objective is to clear the ice from the wheel. It's rather simple, just go down and stab the ice until it disappears. Just don't go into the water. It's apparently really cold and you'll die. Then you'll want to periodically, when the game tells you, to collect coal and iron from the cart and dump it into the furnace. Don't stand too close to the furnace since you will burn up, and that isn't particularly good. Fire plus people does not particularly end well. And you want to continue doing this, and as you want to do it as quickly as you can as well, because the zombies will keep coming, and you want to quickly, as quickly as you can, get the stuff in there. And the sappers, of course, need to be focusing. Zombies will be coming up through the entrance, coming up from the river, so focus on defense as well. Zeraseers will also begin spawning from across the bridge, so be wary of that. Sappers with siege armor would be really sweet to defend that part, but it's pretty simple anyway. Just note that there will be Zeraseers. Also do note that where the snow ends on the bridge, it will collapse from there. And you don't want to be that guy that's on the bridge when it collapses. You will break your legs and die. It rhymes, so it must be true. And when all the supplies are in the furnace, it will begin pouring the molten steel into the casts. It's a pretty sick animation, I must say. And once it's done, you simply have to grab the buckets, grab water from the stream, or you can sort of like grab it from the ice, but anyway, and dump it over the molten casts. When they are cooled, then everyone should go and grab a swivel gun. That is, everyone should go and grab a swivel gun. Not all at once, because you don't want to leave the defenses empty, but everyone should go and grab one. You get bonus franks depending on how many swivel guns your team picks up. Right, so it's worth it. It's worth it. Now that you have the swivel guns in hand, you'll want to set up a cute little defense on the bridge, whereby you can easily defend both the zombies coming from the bridge and from the land. Defending here gives you the best opportunity for the final part of the finale, whereby the Ironworker will come along on a raft. You have to time your jump. It can be a little difficult for mobile players, as people have told me. You always want to time your jump and you just jump onto the log raft, basically. And pressing E or your action keybind will let you brace on the raft. I don't know if there's any consequences for not bracing, but honestly, you've made it this far. You don't particularly want to find out, do you? And with that, you would have successfully completed Moss Ironworks. And of course, if you manage to do it all in one life, you will have gained the badge Forged in Fire. This map is fairly simple to complete. I found it pretty easy, at least. As long as you don't do anything stupid, like walk onto the giant hammer things, you should be sweet. It is a rather beautiful map too, I will add. And hopefully this guide has at least been useful, help you be a little more efficient when playing this map, and then you found out a few new things about the map, something like that. But thank you for watching as always, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you when I see you.